What is a web CV? According to Copilot, a web CV, also known as a resume website, is a digital version of a traditional paper resume. It allows you to showcase your resume, biography, and professional accomplishments online. This format can include additional elements like a portfolio of your work, testimonials, and creative design elements that aren't just possible with a standard paper resume. Wow, what a colossal waste of potential for what a web CV could actually achieve. But don't worry, in this video we're going to show you just how much better a web CV can be. We will dive into why this Coda template for building website CVs is the absolute best choice. Right before we tell you all the reasons why you should probably not use it. This is Ziad Hamad, aka the Maestro, and welcome to my channel. Web CVs often lack interactive elements and connected information, presenting skills, experience, achievements, and knowledge as isolated data points without interrelation. They are not primarily focused on skills, but rather on experience, despite skills being the main asset that employers seek to solve their problems, with experience serving as validation of those skills. While beneficial for showcasing extensive experience, web CVs risk becoming cluttered with excessive details or multimedia content. Additionally, the creation, updating, and maintaining of a web CV can be cumbersome. This web CV template offers a different approach to presenting professional information. By storing data in a structured database, it ensures that all elements are interconnected with an emphasis on skills, allowing for seamless updates and customization. The template's block design enables easy activation or deactivation of sections, ensuring that any modification are consistently applied throughout the document. Its skill-centric and modular design simplifies the process for potential employers to find relevant information and allows for effortless creation of a tailored CV variations. Additionally, the user-friendly nature of Coda makes maintaining and publishing the CV hassle-free. The CV Builder template has two parts, the setup part and the CV. The setup part is basically the back end where all the information is stored. The CV part is the front end. This is what the user will see. Uh, you'll be greeted with the help page once you open this template. It has all the information you need to use this template. So feel free to check it out. The first step where you need to start is to set up your cover page. You have 6 blocks for your cover page: a header, your photo, about me section, your contacts, your links, and the footer. If you go here to the CV, you will find that the information is generated here based on whatever setup you did here. So if I create a new header here, let's say I'll just drag and drop an image. Yes. And I'll just crop it a little bit. Crop, and let's say add anything here. This is the header, a very creative statement to put on your CV. Now click here, show in CV, and close this one, the placeholder. And if you go to the page here, you will find that it was added. Do the same thing, for example, your photo. There's a placeholder photo. I will simply just duplicate this card, close this one, take this one, delete this one, and let's add my photo. And make sure to remove the placeholder. Um, Add your About Me section. And here's a very pro tip. When you have this section, when you talk about yourself, start with why. What do I mean? Don't say what you do, but say why you do it. As Simon Sinek said, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So usually start off why you do what you do, then talk about what you do. For example, here's what I say about myself. I excel in solving problems and creating and improving systems so people could do better what they do best. I aim to improve, not by fractions, but rather by folds. A civil engineer with 18 years of experience in construction and design, preparing for PMP, a quality manager, etc., etc. I started with why I do what I do. I love to help people do what they do best in the most efficient way. If you want to know more about Start with Why, it's a very amazing book for Simon Sinek. I will keep a link in the description for the book if you want. I heavily recommend reading that book. Then you continue with adding your contact information, your links if you would like, your LinkedIn or your Facebook or your gallery or whatever. And at the end, you have a placeholder for the footer. You can add multiple ones, as you can see here, and switch between them. This will help you to customize your CV for different type of presentation or different type of interviews or submissions. Once you're done with your setup, move to the most important part of your CV, your talents and skills. People don't hire you because of your experience. Whether they knew it or not, they hire you because of your skills and talent. Because this is what they need in order to solve their problems. And you can see that in any posting, they usually say we need a project manager, we need a product manager, we need this and that. But what they actually talking about is excellent skills in project management, can use agile style, can use Scrum, uh, very good communication skills with the clients, a team leader, can operate under pressure, etc. And that's why this template is skill centric. You start with your skills. So start adding your skills. So let's say I'm talented in project management and quality management, for example. I'm good. I have good leadership skills. And let's add also time management. And why not to add my old talents, 3D, well, that's not 3D, 3D modeling and rendering. Yes, believe it or not, I'm good at that. Don't forget to put your skill level. And to make things look better, you can add a cover image. So let's add some images that represents these skills, or what we think represent these skills. Note here, there is an option, a toggle button to show on CV or not. Whatever you turn off will not show in the CV. This is very useful when you want to customize your CV for certain potential employers or clients. Sometimes I'm applying for a job that has to do with uh, management, so I don't need to show them my skills in modeling and rendering. However, if I'm, for example, applying for, let's say, a side hustle that has to do with these, I might find myself, well, keep time management. They need to know that I'm good at time management and just show modeling and rendering. Next, move to the knowledge section. Here you define all knowledge that you have, all types of knowledge you have attained. You have multiple types, online courses, readings, major courses, certifications. You can add any other types if you like. So let's say that I have a master's degree in civil engineering. Now let's say that I have a PMP certification, and let's say that I finished multiple courses, let's say PMP preparation, and that's a major course, and list everything there. Don't forget to add the issuing or authoring body, and add any links you would like to link for. For example, if you want to link to your actual certification on the PMI, you can link it here. Add the year of attaining that knowledge. Now, also you can add some images if you like. And if you'd like to add more details, you can add them in the details here. For example, I can attach my certification. Let's display as embed. Here we go. Now, before you move to the next section, you need to do the most important thing. You see over here it says skills. Remember when we said this is an interconnected CV with skills at the center? Okay, what does this knowledge apply to which skill? For example, my master's degree in civil engineering, that doesn't exist by the way, is related to project management, and my PMP certification is related to project management, leadership, and time management, and my PMP is also related to project management, leadership, quality management. Actually, forgot quality management because PMP has to do a lot with quality management, and so on. So make sure that every education or type of knowledge that you have, try to link it to as much as possible skills that is applicable to. Now let's move to the next part, to set up your tools and techniques. Again, here you have multiple categories. You can define them however you like. For me, I just place it as practical techniques, standards, technical software, managerial software. You can define these however you like. Just click here, edit column, and edit these. So let's fill the information here. Make sure again to associate it with the appropriate skill. For example, I use Coda for project management, quality management, and time management. Let's say Power BI is used for quality management and leadership. Let's have a look at, for example, V-Ray rendering engine. You fill it with, this is for 3D modeling and rendering. So associate your tools that you use with which skills associated with it. Once you're done with this, move to the next step, which is the second most important part of your CV, your work experience. Start adding, click a new card and start adding. You can add some nice image here. For example, the logo of your employer or client. For example, let's take this one. This looks nice. Add the name, give a short summary about this employer or client. In which industry this was. That was a construction industry. It was in UAE and I was a full-time. Second, you have two things to fill. What positions you had and what achievements or work experience you had in this company. So let's say I had two roles in this company. Let's say project manager, let's say. Add any details. It's a managerial role. And I did that and then I had another role, which was, let's say, business manager. It's also managerial. Good. Now, if you're still working in this role, keep the end date blank. Let's say that I still work as a business manager in Unipods, so don't put an end date. The system alone will understand that you are still working there. Then add any achievements that you had. And here, over here, when we talk about experience, many people make the mistake of adding a laundry list of the things they used to do. Don't do that. People want to see the highlights, what problems you solved, what initiatives you took, what value you added to this company. So don't go saying, I used to head meetings with the client, I used to do check out all the reports, preparing for annual meetings, preparing the analysis. Don't do that. Just by being a business manager or project manager, people should know the things that you do. Instead, put the value that you added. For example, while working there, I solved the everlasting communication problem between store and procurement by creating the fast material request app. And one of the benefits of using Coda that you can actually use collapsible text to add and hide, to show and hide details. And just click on this to enter the full view, so you can add exactly what you like. And the nice thing here that you can add details, a lot of details, without overwhelming the potential user or reader of your CV. You can have like 12 achievements like this, and he can go through them fast, but if he sees one of them that piques his interest, he can drill down and see more details. You can actually turn this into collapsible, so you can add nested inside nested inside nested, so he can only see the information that he likes. But imagine if you have 12 achievements, all of them look like that, you bet that he will not read any of them. Now, again, this is very important. Do not forget to associate this experience with what skills that you have. This way, when you say, I have skills in project management, I have skills in leadership, I have skills in XYZ, you actually can prove it. You say, see, I use my skills in project management and in leadership in order to achieve this. So you have a traceable record of the skills that you have. You can actually prove that you can do what you say that you can do. This is very important. Do not forget to associate your experience with its corresponding skills. Once you're done here, don't forget, this is very important. Click this, refresh roles. This has to do with the reporting. This is very important in case you have a role, a position that goes under two roles. Let's say it's an executive and managerial role. For example, in the case of business manager. Okay, this way Coda will split this into two records, one for managerial and one for executive roles. So it can say that you had 2 years of experience in managerial role and 2 years experience in executive role. And just as before, you can show this experience on the CV or hide it by toggling this. Next, move to set up your portfolio. There are multiple categories for portfolio. You define them however you like. Let's say 3D rendering. Okay, and don't forget associated with the corresponding skill. And let's say that this is a portfolio. You can add any cover image you like to make it look fancy. Let's add this one here. Open the record, and for some reason, 3D rendering, I will add a sample of my work. Saying this one. You can also add videos if you like. You can add links to other websites. Also, just as before, you can show or hide this particular portfolio. Next is to set up your achievements. Any achievements that you had in your career, for example, stuff like awards, publications, mentions, nomination, memberships, etc. You can edit this list by just going to the options and changing however you like. And do not forget to associate these achievements with which skills. Next, set up your references. What's your relationship with them? Business partner. Okay, give any contact info, email, add any details you'd like about this guy, and don't forget again, this guy can be a reference for which of your skills. Once you're done, you're almost ready to publish your CV. But before that, make sure to go here, click on the option menu and hide the setup section, the entirety of the setup section. After all, we don't want any potential user to see the back end. Now, since you're done here, start publishing your CV to the web. And you do that by clicking on Share, Publish, Start Publishing. Allow others to copy this doc. I recommend no. Who's the audience? Anyone on the internet or only people you want to share with? I usually keep it anyone on the internet. And this is the name of your published CV. Okay, click Publish, and it will give you the link to your web CV. And here, if you want to find it again, just again click on Share, and it will give you a copy to the publish link. Now, how would your CV look like? Now, this is how the front end of the CV looks like. Here's my header, here's my about me, my image, my contact, my links, and all the navigation buttons for my CV. For example, if I go to the overview, it will give me an overview of all the important information of my CV, my work experience by industry, by country, by role, by employment type, my knowledge base, any achievements I have. For example, I have 2 certifications, 13 readings, 3 major courses, 32 online courses, etc. It gives a summary of your talents and skills, tools and techniques. Go back to the CV. This is where the power of this type of template shows in the search section. If you go here, all the skills that you have defined will show. But that's not the important thing. The important thing that once the employer, or if, for example, if you're having an interview, you can use this to show, to present your skills. For example, if I click System and Solutions, it will filter the entirety of my CV, finding all the work experience that's related to this particular topic, all my knowledge related to it, any achievement portfolio or references, and all the tools that I actually use. And you can, as I said before, he can drill down and see more information about each topic. If I say leadership, here's my readings, here's my knowledge, here's my tools, etc. Back. Work experience. The system automatically creates a Gantt chart or a timeline that's not a Gantt chart for my work experience by sector, and here's by industry. Once he click on one of these, he will see all the information he needs about this employer, what roles I took in this job, what type of employment, industry, summary, links, my roles and positions, my achievements, etc. Same for my skills and talents. If he chooses any of these, he will see the very same information filtered and categorized. My tools and techniques based on which skill he'd like. So these are the skills that I use in, or the tools, sorry, that I use with system solutions, quality management, and data analysis, problem solving, and time management. Here you are. My knowledge base. And if you click on any of these, he can get any details. And I have a small section I forgot to talk about, which is the printed CV. You should add a section for your printed CVs. And here's a nice thing. It will open a small form. Let's say name Adam Smith. Contact. This is a question. Oh, I forgot the .com. Once this is submitted, it will show on your CV builder. So if we go back, down here you will have a section called inquiries under the setup, where any inquiries question submitted to you will show here. As you can see here, Adam Smith, question A. If you expand this record, you will find his fake email and his question. And you can click and drag to put it in ignore, waiting response, answered, etc. In the CV builder, there is a section for printable CV. Under the CV here, just click and drag your PDF and toss it here, or that's not a CV, or add a link to your Google Drive. You can also do that. Even though this template looks great, it's not suitable for everyone. This template is not compatible with ATS, automated tracking systems. You cannot use it for online applications forms, making it more suitable as a supplementary CV for online applications rather than a replacement for your traditional paper CV. Use this website builder if you know the HR or the recruiter, or if they are expecting your web CV. This template is most beneficial for individuals with extensive experience and numerous accomplishments to display. However, it might not be that beneficial for those in early or mid stages of their careers. Additionally, the Coda platform has certain limitations in terms of presentation capabilities, offering restricted choices in colors, fonts, and layouts design. Thank you for watching. I hope this template and the information provided have been valuable. If you're interested in the template discussed today, don't forget to check out the purchase link in the description below. For any questions regarding this template, using Coda, project management, or business development, feel free to leave a comment. And if you want to stay updated with our latest content, make sure to subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated, and I look forward to bringing you more valuable videos. Have a great day.